Day thus far. We hope all is well. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. We are here. Give us 1 second. All right, good people. Welcome. How you doing, babe?
I am good, because I'm sitting next to my boo.
Oh, yeah?
And what else?
What you mean, what else?
Boo.
I don't know what else.
What that mean?
It means that you love me. That's what it means.
No, where we going?
And that you happy to sit next to.
Where we going?
I don't know. You tell me. Where we going?
Boo. Who can tell? Why he don't know? Why you don't know and you do know?
I think because I'm kind of resistant, y'all.
We going to see my boo.
I'm sitting right next to you,
My boo. We late. Everybody and their mama been to see Usher. We going next week. Yes, right here in LA. I am excited.
Yeah,
Why you look so stiff?
I'm just saying.
We're going on a double date, y'all, to go see Usher, and he was like, "Why don't you just go with your friend by yourself?"
Any dudes is watching right now been to see Usher?
I was like, "No, I want you to go."
How was the experience? How was the experience for you? I'm really curious. I want to know. Let me know what the experience was like.
It's gonna be good.
I mean, it's gonna be good because I'm gonna be with you. It's a double date type thing, but I'm not all like jumping up and down. Like it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Do I have permission to be authentic? Out of Overcoming Sisters. You see me? Authentic.
Yeah, be authentic, babe.
Like he said, he get his feelings like you showing way too much excitement.
That's not what I'm feeling though.
We was watching this movie. Have you seen Rebel Ridge? On Netflix. It's a fabulous authenticity. It's a fabulous movie. Y'all need to check it out on Netflix. And great acting, great storyline, great plot. It's really good. Rebel Ridge, Netflix. Check it out. But my husband, he was trying like shade it because I said
I wasn't trying to shade it. I wasn't trying to shade it.
The lead actor was handsome.
I wasn't trying to shade it.
Quite handsome.
I'm just saying, you just said it was a 10. There you go again with that quite handsome stuff. Like, you're going to say it's a 10, and I'm like, nah, it was good. I mean, it was a good movie. It was a solid movie.
Okay, Creations,
but I'm not like, oh, it was
Design.
a 10. I mean.
You saw it.
Come on, man.
That thing was good. It was good. So we're just giving y'all something else.
I'm going to get back.
Why you See,
I'm gonna
this
pick
is
a
what I'm talking
film
about. This is
and
what
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
say,
about.
oh, it was quite good. Like I'm gonna hit my wife with that, and I'm gonna see how she
I
responds.
didn't even roll like that. I didn't even say that. You are the one who said, why you say it's so good? You said it's so good because you think he look good. You're the one who brought it up. And I was like, yeah. So I'm just playing.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Like, I
y'all,
mean,
let's get into
what
it.
I'm supposed to do with this show? Like, come on
I
now.
like I you say this be he
What am I
just be
supposed to do
open
with
for it, okay? He just be like open for it. You know I be joking, so you know you're gonna get that joke. Even though I'm not joking, no, I'm just playing.
Okay, it's coming back. Trust and
Dang, I'm
believe, it's coming
hot.
back.
Why I just be hot these days? I'm gonna go get my fan. All right, what we talking about tonight? Welcome to Relationship Thursday, everybody.
Yes, welcome, y'all. Welcome. For those who don't know,
title.
on YouTube, on IG, y'all should know, but this right here is my lovely and incredible wife, Iana.
This right here is my amazing, dapper, debonair, fine ass husband, Ahise.
Don't try to bounce back and balance that thing
Yes.
out. Hey, y'all, we're trained therapists, relationship coaches. We do this work. We do this work, and we're going to be doing it here right now. Getting into 5 signs that your relationship is drifting. 5 signs that your relationship is drifting. Some of y'all need to snatch that thing back with the quickness.
Snatch it back.
I want to say something specifically to the fellas. If your relationship is drifting, hey, y'all, you need to snatch that wheel. Snatch that wheel before you drift into another lane, off the road, and crash and into a ditch. It's gonna go up in flames. And again, I'm saying that because not that I'm trying to scare you, but I'm saying it because we see it all the time. We see it all the time. And so, fellas, if your woman has been in your ear about do this and do that, if you know you've been slow rolling, bullshitting about some things, you need to step it up, fam. Step it up, step it up, step it up. Snatch that wheel back. One way you can do that is by signing up for the King Me Intensive. Get on your game. The King Me Intensive is kicking off October the 1st. Early bird ends tomorrow at midnight. It really does. And so I would advise you, if you're on IG,
Thank you.
type in the comments, King Me, or type in the comments, level up. I'm going to shoot you a DM. If you are watching this on YouTube, go to kingmeintensive.com, y'all. Again, you got to snatch that thing back. If you don't, yeah, it might be too late.
And you know what? I mean, so tonight, you all, the topic, what we're talking about, obviously, well, not obviously, I think you said it already. Did you say it?
Yeah, I said 5 signs your relationship is drifting.
Is drifting. And I think this is the thing. I don't know what y'all think, but one of the things that I notice a lot about men is that y'all don't be like knowing. Y'all just
See
be,
Big Frank, he type level up in the comments. That's what's up, bro.
all right, that's good. But y'all don't know. Like y'all seem to always kind of find out too late, and it'd be too late.
Yes.
Because I think that, well, just from my experience, you know, we've been doing this work, working with couples for a long time, and women will have the greatest. And this is not this. We're not. Everybody about to start saying, well, women got problems too, and women need to come correct.
y'all do.
We know this, okay? I'm not talking about women right now. So just because we talk about one gender at one point in time doesn't mean we're not talking about the other at another time, okay? So let's just get that straight off the top. But a lot of times, women and relationships will have a lot of patience, a lot of endurance, a lot of holding on, waiting for Jesus to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like they be waiting and waiting and holding on and giving another nudge and signing up for this and signing up for that. But when the moment comes where they are clear, oh, it's a wrap. It be a whole wrap. It don't be like, oh, now because you are listening, you're paying attention. She's like, okay, we can try again. She done. And I think a lot of times men are finding out too late because they're really not paying attention to the signs that, yo, like y'all, I know y'all been hanging out in this funky ass space for a minute, and I know this has become the norm for you, and you good, you know what I'm saying, you straight, but you don't understand that when she says, I'm not okay with this, she's serious. And although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9 years go by, on the 10th year, when she says, I'm done, I'm ready to be out, you're confused because it's become the norm, but only because you have not paid attention. Again, this can go either way, but I do see this dynamic a lot of time with men where they're just not aware. They just kind of like, they know, like, I know it's something, but I ain't know it was on that level. Like, I don't know why y'all don't be knowing.
Or even if they are aware, they be making excuses. And I'm a brother, so I get it. My wife, she's actually hit me over the head a couple of times about something, actually today, some things I need to follow up on and do. And so I understand the piece around not implementing, not executing, not doing it. But when it becomes a problem, I mean, a chronic problem in your relationship where it's year after year after year, month after month, And what she's been requesting is quality time. What she's been requesting is communication. What she's been looking for is intimacy. What she's been looking for is for you to spend some time with the family. If these things are not being met, and we're going to get into these 5 things in a second, I just want to say, Slim, you need to tighten it up. You need to tighten it up. And so I've been able to see through the work that I do what it looks like when brothers actually lean in. And so if you make the decision not to, then you're basically digging your own grave in many respects. And so, again, if you want to increase the connection, the communication in your relationship, you don't want to find yourself in a space where you end up paying more because you're going through a divorce. You got to pay for 2 separate houses, pay for daycare, not daycare, but, make sure that the child is taken care of here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then again, you want to make sure you put yourself in position to do things that need to be done right now. Right now. I can't emphasize that enough. October the 1st, fam. Fellas, October the 1st. If you want to change, man, if you want to change, come into this space. It's going to be a process that's going to challenge your ass. It is. But I would rather you be challenged when it comes to growing than challenged when it comes to staying stuck. Because if you choose to stay stuck, you're going to find yourself in a space where you might just be ass out of luck. You just might be. And so, I be checking with the fellas all the time and rapping to them and saying, come do this. But we make all of the excuses in the world. But guess what they're doing right now? Watching Thursday Night Football.
How you know?
I just know. And I'm not knocking Thursday Night Football, but what I'm saying is that you got your priorities out of order, Slim.
Yeah.
You do. So you need to tighten it up.
Yeah. But everybody can get it. And this is not just about men tonight. My husband was focusing on y'all because he's trying to call out to the people who resonate.
Call you out and call you up.
Yeah, call you out and up. But this is for everybody. Tonight we're talking about when your relationship is drifting and you may not be aware, right? You may not be attuned, whatever it is. So let's talk about these 5 signs that your relationship is drifting. All right, you want to start with the first one?
Yeah. One of the clear signs is that you lack really quality communication. You're lacking quality communication. So there's a lot of surface talk that's taking place in a relationship. Highs and buys, the conversations become routine. You're fundamentally talking about like what the day looks like and you're executing around children and their needs and stuff like that. But there's no intimacy that's involved. There's nothing that's present. And so again, it's just a whole bunch of conversation and talk about, just the routine, the mundane. And y'all may check in, but it's real surface. And so if you find yourself in a space where that's what it looks like on a daily basis, on a weekly and monthly basis, then you're starting to drift. And I just want you to reminisce for a second about what it may have looked like back in the day. When there was a certain level of enthusiasm, excitement, joy that you got from spending time. It could have been 5 minutes, it could have been 50 minutes, but you enjoyed talking to your person. You enjoyed being in their space. But now when it comes to open communication, quality communication, there's this hesitancy because you feel like you're walking around and you're going to be judged. You feel like it's not a safe space for you to be able to speak. You feel like they're not going to necessarily make room for your perspective. You feel like they want to argue versus really make room and give you the space to express your thoughts and feelings. You feel like they want to be combative. And so when you start to find yourself in a space where you're pulling away, there's no open communication, you're hesitating when it comes to sharing, then that's when you're existing in a relationship that's starting to drift. It's starting to drift. And so some of y'all may be here right now. And as I said when we first started, you need to snatch the wheel back, fam. Snatch it back. If you on IG and you a dude, type level up in the comments. I'm gonna keep on banging this. Yeah, you need to snatch it back. You need to get into a room with other brothers who are actually doing it.
Yeah. So here's really, this is number 2, but this really goes well. This is really kind of parallel to what Aize just said. So you talked about quality communication, but not only are y'all not having any good quality communication, y'all don't even spend no time together. And in fact, you avoid being together. You avoid your partner. Sometimes we're not even aware that we're doing that. We're not even aware that we're actually avoiding being in the same room. We're avoiding like, oh, I hope she don't say nothing about Saturday because I just want, you ain't even got nothing you want to do. You just don't want to be with her. You know what I'm saying? Like we're avoiding time together. And one of the things that I think people don't understand is that I've said this many times. It's that the vehicle for you all to get to a place of connection, the vehicle that you get in to go to the place of strengthening your relationship, the vehicle that gets your relationship stronger and stronger and stronger is quality time. It's spending time together. If you're not spending time together, how are you continuing to get to know each other? How can we date each other and be like, oh, we're going to go here? I was talking to a couple the other day and, just asking like, y'all be dating? Like what y'all be doing? Y'all got hobbies? Y'all hang out on the weekend? What do y'all do? And trust me, I understand we got 5 kids from 8 to about to be 23. Just had my baby girl. She just turned 20. Lord, you're getting old. I'll tell you, because he's my elder. That's why I say that, because he's my elder by a few months. but y'all, we understand, right? Like kids get in the way, responsibilities, career stuff. But if you're not spending time and you're also avoiding each other, oh, that's absolutely a sign.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a sign that your relationship is drifting, and it's drifting into a danger zone. And that danger zone is a place that you do not want to be, because it literally, very concretely, it minimizes the opportunities you have to connect, to reconnect, to bond. If you're not prioritizing time together, it is so easy to grow apart. You don't get stronger just because of longevity. You don't become gooder. I know that ain't a word. Don't nobody type in the chat. Gooder is not a word. But you don't become gooder as a couple just because y'all banked another year.
No.
It don't work like that. You actually have to spend time. So avoiding time with your partner, yeah, maybe there's some real legit reasons that you're doing that, but then maybe you ain't no maybe about it. Then you need to actually say, man, we're going to sit down and have a conversation. I'm gonna have to figure out how to like put this in a card, write it down. So I know we haven't been spending time together. Sometimes we don't want to share. You be criticizing. You be wrapping me up with all of these complaints, and I don't want to be around you because it's not actually pleasant to be around you. And I ain't even realized that's why I've been avoiding you.
Yeah.
So, you like, dang, I ain't trying to say that because then she's going to really come for me. Or he going to really come for me. But it's better that you be honest and have a real relationship than stay on the surface, avoid each other, continue to drift apart, and eventually divorce. Like, which one is it going to be?
Yeah.
Some people's relationships need to blow up. They need to blow up. Your relationship needs to blow up, because a blow up can actually, in many ways, be the pathway for you to actually start to get real and to really start to have a real connected relationship. Too many people trying to just stay on the surface.
Yeah.
So stop avoiding time together. That is a clear sign that your relationship is drifting into a danger zone.
Yeah, you're trying to put a Band-Aid on something that requires surgery. And we got to stop, fam. We got to stop doing that. And I hope that you all listen and really heed the message that we're sharing today. We're actually honking the horn. You falling asleep at the wheel. You falling asleep at the wheel. We're honking the horn. We're saying, tighten up, Slim. Tighten up, sis. Wake up. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in your relationship. No more backwards thinking. It's time for thinking ahead, y'all.
You quoting the song?
I'm just saying, Graham know what I'm talking about. Graham, like, I'm
Y'all
tired
know
of
what
hearing
song
that.
that is?
I'm tired of hearing that.
Wake up, everybody.
But nah, we gotta get it together, y'all. And so when it comes to another sign that people experience when it comes to drifting in their relationship, this one right here is when you start to see shifts, changes, and a significant reduction in physical intimacy, y'all. Now, I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about physical intimacy as a whole. And so when there starts to be a reduction in touching, just light grazes, they give goosebumps.
Yes, it is.
Just light grazes. When you start to see a reduction in that, when you start to see a reduction in kisses, cuddling, whatever it may be.
But what about the people who never were super cuddly from the jump? Like that's just not how they built, and they ain't never been touching like that.
I mean, that's a great point, but
them?
there has to have been. Then that's when I would probably go to, more direct forms of physical intimacy, because if there had not that there had to have been some sex, but if there was some sex and there was some regularity attached to it,
whatever your norm is,
exactly, and there's a reduction in that thing, then a drift is starting to happen. You got to ask yourself the question, why? Now, we all getting older, y'all. Father Time is undefeated. But that doesn't mean that you can't pivot as you're passing through this journey called life. You got to pivot at different checkpoints depending upon how old you get, what your body cycle is doing, and recognize that I may not have been able to go an hour like I used to back in the day.
I don't understand.
I may not be able to go 30 minutes.
An hour is annoying.
I might be able to get in a good 5. But can you make it the best 5 ever?
5 minutes?
5 minutes. I don't know. But again, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you making attempts? And then also on top of that too, are you making attempts to extend the time? And so you're not just settling for the drift, the reduction, but you're also trying to take into effect or take into consideration, like I can possibly do some things that enhance and increase my ability to be able to connect. And so again, that's when it comes to sex specifically, but some of the simple ways of touching, of holding, of kissing, of, you can actually be walking down the street and who holds hands with their partner? Type of 1 in the chat if you do that. Who actually takes a walk and holds hands with
just
their
when you're
partner?
out and about.
Yeah. When you're out and about, do you hold your partner's hand? I see Coach D'Angelo like, yep, me. She typed a 1. I'm seeing 1's coming through with the Blamely. On YouTube, what y'all say?
Yeah, I'm with you.
IG, type a 1 in the chat.
I don't want to go an hour either.
I see some on IG typing 1s in the chat. Let me see what
Okay, that's good.
I don't see no 1s on YouTube. But again, y'all, it's really important. That's something that's simple. That's not a big ask. If you feel like it's a big ask, type 2 in the chat. If that's something that's heavy to do, then let us know. But I don't think that it's a big ask. And so again, still something simple as that is one way to ensure that there's some level of physical connection that remains present. If there's a significant reduction, then that can be an indicator of a drift, y'all. So make sure you get on point with that. And like I said, snatch the wheel back if you're starting to drift. Snatch that wheel back. Get back in your lane. I don't want you in a ditch. I don't want your relationship dead. I don't. I want you to snatch it back.
How many irritable people in the house? You just walk around irritable. Irritable with your partner.
Stink face all the time.
One of your mantras is, it don't matter.
It's number 3.
I don't care. It's all good. It's whatever. Irritability
is one thing.
Or indifference. These are signs that your relationship is drifting. You just really are like, it don't matter. It's whatever, right? If you are getting frustrated over the small things more than you did in the past, or if your partner's habits that they've always had are now feeling more annoying than usual, for example, right? Then what this is indicating is that there's a stack up of some things going on. There may be some resentment building, and this is a danger zone because you are just not letting anything go because there is some unaddressed stuff. And this is a danger zone. This is what we call negative sentiment override. You got a lot of negative sentiments towards your partner about stuff that ain't really been addressed or been looked at. And so you're just irritable and got an attitude and super critical or whatever the case may be. And so you got to pay attention to that. The other piece is indifference, right? So just like apathetic, like,
that's dangerous right there.
It don't really matter. Like, it's whatever. How many of y'all say this? I'm not gonna say nothing because it ain't gonna make a difference anyway. We always talk about the fact that there are 3 positions that you can be in your relationship. Some of you have heard this before, but you don't pay attention to it. And others of you will have heard this for the first time tonight. And that is, you can be turned towards your partner, which is the place you want to be. You can be turned away from your partner. It's not the best place. Or you can be turned against your partner. We can do that every now and then. And so some of you all are like, well, why would I be turned against my partner? I want to be turned against them. But when you're turned against, meaning that you all are having conflict, you're not fundamentally against them as a person, but y'all are having conflict. Y'all getting into it. Y'all kind of beefing, right? Y'all just got some things that y'all can't quite get together. At least you're engaging with one another. At least you care enough to actually talk about it, maybe to even argue about it. But when you are turned away, when you are indifferent, when you are apathetic, when you don't really care, when your partner is rolling like that, you better snatch it back. Like my husband said, you better snatch it back.
Snatch that wheel back.
When she don't ask you no more where you going, when you been out and he ain't said nothing about where you been, the questions that used to get asked don't get asked anymore. When you all are just living parallel lives, roommate marriages, living your own individual existences in a so-called marriage, but really you are operating with single behavior, man, That's a dangerous place to be
Snatch it back.
because you are moving into a real danger zone. Apathy is one of the biggest threats to marriage because eventually all things kind of shut down and turn off, and everybody fall back. Nobody fighting anymore. You ain't fighting for your marriage. You ain't fighting against the world that's coming after marriage. You ain't even, you don't want to fight each other, but you're not even engaging in the natural conflict that comes up in a relationship. You're not even dealing with that anymore.
I mean,
That is
dudes
a
really need to
danger
hear this.
zone.
Dudes really need to hear this. Fellas, again, I'm gonna say we gotta tighten up. We gotta tighten up. We gotta snatch it back. When it comes to this whole
Man,
indifference piece,
you coming for them tonight.
no, I just want to be clear. I
For
really
men.
want to be clear when it comes to the men because I hear it from women over and over and over again. My wife, mentioned earlier that it's almost as if you have this image in your mind that women are climbing up this mountain with not just their bags, but your bags on their back. And they've been doing that for the majority of the relationship. You may have been on your game the night you jumped a broom, but the day after that, you was on some bullshit. And so the expectation is that you show up and be something similar to like what I saw before we said I do, or maybe in the first few years of marriage. But again, you start to settle in and you may have been presenting your best representative at first, but now you falling back and you're like, yo, you're comfortable. You're comfortable, but as you continue to exist in this relationship in a place of comfort, what's happening is that requests are being made and they're going unfulfilled and resentment is building.
That's right.
And so apathy starts to set in. So when she gets into a space where she's like, I don't care what you do. I don't care.
It's not good.
You want to go holler at Aiza and Iyanna, I don't care. That's a dangerous place, y'all. Because we handle our business and we gonna pour in and we gonna try to get you to be tightened up. But if she's there and she's like, I don't care, you trying to rescue that joint, but you waited way too long. I told y'all before, there's an expiration date on tolerance, but dudes don't be wanting to hear that. That shit has gotten old, y'all, and she's ready to throw it out. And so I'm challenging you, bro. Like, step up now. Step up now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Step up now. Ellen said, rivers do run dry. They do. They do. And I'm going to say it again. If you on IG, we got the King Me Intensive coming up October the 1st. Type in level up in the comments so you can get your spot. Or if you on YouTube, go to kingmeintensive.com. Like for some of y'all, this is your last hurrah. And you're going to sit back and watch it pass you by. And so you hear me talking, but are you going to do something about it? And guess what? The majority will not.
That is true.
The majority won't. So I'm just saying, like, I mean, I'm screaming from the mountaintops because I know it's important and I know it can help.
I just want to expound upon what I usually just said. Most people, did y'all know this? Don't change. They don't change their behaviors. I mean, when I found that thing out, I don't know where I was or what training I was in or whatever, but the statistics and the research shows that most people do not change. It doesn't mean that people cannot change, and it doesn't mean that people don't change. We're in the change business. That's what we help people to do, to change their lives, to change themselves, but most people don't do it because it's such a challenge and it is difficult. But it is not difficult when you are clear about what needs to change, when you acknowledge it, when you get support, when you have other people around you. People will talk about it all day long, but following through is a whole nother story. It's a whole nother story. And so I just want to encourage everybody tonight, if your relationship is drifting, if you've seen some part of it drifting, and I want to say this to the women in particular.
I was about to lean in with the women as well.
I want to say this in particular, that many of you are like, yes, say it. That's right, because I'm tired of saying the same thing. And I want to say this particularly to the women who are fed up, tired, exhausted, and just done. I know that it's a legitimate, real feeling. I know it's serious, right? I want you to understand that just because you are fed up, tired, and done does not mean, and you have been the one initiating some things, trying to get y'all to go to counseling, trying to get a book and send them a video or whatever the things are that you do, right? I'm going to go over and sit down next to him tonight and give him some, like whatever you've been trying to do. Just because you have not seen what you feel like you deserve or what you deserve in your marriage doesn't mean that you somehow are off the hook. I cannot tell you how many women, because we oftentimes are the ones who are like, let's try this, or let's do this, or let's talk to these people, let's go to this retreat, let's go to the marriage ministry, let's do this over here, right? We somehow kind of get righteous in our thinking, and we think that because we can like say, oh, they're not even in here, at least I'm in here. I can't tell you how many women I see. We are process professionals. We'll talk about stuff all day long. I am doing a 21-day experience right now, right, with women. And we have a gift. We know how to get our feelings out. We know how to share our feelings.
Y'all know how to go to church.
Oh my gosh. And we do a great job. And it is a transformative experience that I am going through right now in this experience. It is amazing and it's beautiful. But the question is, who will really change? Who will really change and say, oh, I got to speak up. Oh man, I really got to press through, and I've got to say, this is what I need and this is what I'm looking for. I need to set a boundary. I need to make sure that I watch my energy and watch my attitude. And I got to ask God to work on me with this thing, because if I would just shift my energy, I could shift my marriage. Who will really do the work and follow through? There's a difference between processing and talking about it and holding yourself accountable to be changed, regardless of how your partner shows up. Regardless, to recognize that relationship work is personal work, and that your partner is pulled to you, that you're attracted to that partner. This is what we believe, because God wants them to help you become all that you need to become. And you're doing the same for them. So they're challenging you in ways that you would prefer not to be challenged. And you are challenging them in ways that they would prefer not to be challenged. And so the default is to sit back and be like, they a mess. Lord knows. And us women, we know how to do it. But I'm just going to tell you, because I tell you what I know, you a mess too. And just because you're leaned in a particular way that perhaps men don't do as much, it doesn't mean that you are for real about that work. This means you show up to all the classes, you read all the things in the book, you go to all the Bible studies, you do all the things over here, but the application is low. The application is low. So we have to be able to see ourselves fully and to acknowledge what change really looks like. If it is drifting, then that means there's something that you have to do differently. There's something you have to do differently. So I ain't mean to get too off, but that thing is real, and I just need y'all to understand, everybody got their work to do. Everybody.
Wow.
And we got to stop looking at our partner and look at ourselves.
Yes, indeed. All right, number 5, y'all. Number 5. Number 5 is something that really should give you an opportunity to reflect on just what y'all got going on as a couple in the future. So you can, there's the sign that you're starting to drift is one where like there is no vision. There's uncertainty about what's going to be happening in the future. And when somebody feels like, I don't know where we're going, I don't know what the plans are, I don't know what your vision is for us, then your partner may feel less inclined to be attached, to be connected to you. Because what it looks like, y'all, is the same old rigmarole. It's day after day on the treadmill, on the hamster wheel, and just doing life every day. Life be life, and if I find myself caught up in this cipher inside of this cycle, then I just feel overwhelmed. And so if there is no vision that you have, sir, that you have, sis, to be able to extract me from this so that I can grab onto something that's bigger than what we're dealing with right now, then I just feel stuck. So where are we going? I know what this is right here. I know what this reality is, but are we dreaming together, boo? Are we building? And if we're not, then we're just stagnant. We're stuck. We're stifled in our current situation. And so when we're uncertain, we're less inclined to feel connected. Vacations, goals, milestones. What is it, y'all?
Right. Don't nobody want to just be on a never ending situation where we just like, what is this? What is our purpose? Why are we supposed to be together? Where are we going? What are we doing? All we doing is just living. We get up, go to work, pay bills. Get the mail. That's boring. But a relationship, a marriage can give you so many opportunities for excitement, for connection, for joy. You gonna be all right, Aisha?
Just gotta let it out.
You gotta go. You know how when you got cough real good? Not real bad. You got cough real good. Close the door. 'Cause I don't want to hear it. A relationship can really take you to a whole nother level. A marriage is the prime place to build the two of you, to build a family, to build community, to build connection, all of those things. But you cannot build and drift. You have to be anchored. You have to be centered. You have to be grounded in your values and in your commitment to do what it is that you need to do, to recognize the signs, to not be offended by them, to not be taken aback by them, to not be in a place where you get frozen and stuck or just wait for you. Too many people wait for their partner to keep waiting on them, waiting on them. Stop that. Whoever has the most insight is obligated to use it. So use it.
Yes.
Use it. That's it, y'all. That's it.
That's all, y'all.
That was the message tonight.
Yes. Snatch it back, y'all. Snatch it back. If you find your relationship drifting, snatch it back. Fellas, if you find your relationship drifting, snatch it back, bro.
Yes.
Don't wait on her to snatch it back. You snatch it back. You got a responsibility. She in the passenger seat and she watching you with your eyes closed while you behind the wheel. Snatch it back. Wake up and snatch it back. Use this message right here as a wake-up call. I'm honking the horn behind you.
Honk the horn.
Wake up, Slim. Snatch it back before you find yourself in a ditch. Again, if you on IG,
You're so welcome.
type in level up in the comments and I'm going to shoot you a DM message. I want you to come to the King Me Intensive. That's a hell of a way for you to snatch it back. If you about that work,
Yes.
do that. Or you can go to kingmeintensive.com, y'all. Kingmeintensive.com.
She said, so happy we are not drifting.
Yes, that's what's up. I love that.
That's good. All of my sisters joining me in the Art of Overcoming in 15 minutes. I will see you at 8 o'clock Eastern. Everybody, have a good rest of your